I have an update tonight to a story I brought you last Friday night about my granddaughter's battle with spinal muscular atrophy. In that story, I introduced you to a little boy who shares Scarlet's genetic disease. Jace Dorer yesterday got word he's been accepted in the only human trials of a possible cure. And that's not the only thing he got yesterday. He also got a little brother. For Gretchen and Ben Dorer, this is one of the happiest and most nerve-wracking days of their lives.
But I'm not going to say it's not in the back of my mind and I'm not nervous about it.
Little Charlie was born yesterday afternoon. By all appearances, a healthy little boy. But then again, so was his big brother Jace.
Jace hit all his milestones as far as sitting upright, crawling. He was actually standing behind walkers, and he would walk, and we could hold his hands and he would walk. Never walked on his own.
Last December, Jace was diagnosed with SMA, spinal muscular atrophy. It's a disease he shares with my granddaughter Scarlet, and more than 6,000 babies born each and every year. It's a genetic disorder for which there is no cure and little hope. Which brings us back to Charlie, conceived before Gretchen and Ben learned Jace had SMA.
In some avenues, I'm really happy that we got pregnant before we found out about him, because I might have thought twice. So we're set up to get a genetic test as soon as he's born, and well, hopefully it comes back negative.
That genetic test performed yesterday is expensive, nearly $7,000, and not covered by the Dorers' insurance. But with one SMA child already, clearly the genetic cards are stacked against Charlie.
Catching them early on is of critical importance to treating them, to maintaining whatever functions that those newborn babies do have, and before diseases like this start to wreak havoc on their bodily systems.
Had the Dorers known about Jace's SMA at birth, had we known about Scarlet's before she was nearly 1, therapy may have allowed them to hold on to more of their muscles, giving them time while doctors look for a cure. Which brings us to another reason today is one of the happiest for the Dorers. Even as Gretchen was in labor, they learned Jace has been accepted into the only human clinical trial of an SMA cure in America. He starts on Monday.
We're really hoping that within the next 5 years or so that they're not only going to have treatments that help continue to support SMA children, but maybe even something that will cure the disease.
Welcome, Charlie. That's why my family is rooting for Jace and those human trials. It's the closest anyone is to a cure for a neuromuscular disease, and it's the best hope so far for my granddaughter Scarlet. Hey, by the way, we're also rooting for Charlie's DNA test to come back in 2 weeks negative for SMA.
Yeah, I mean, our hearts go out to them, and our hearts go out to you as well. And wow, $7,000.
It's an expensive test, but they say, to know now can make a huge difference down the road to give the kids time for that cure to arrive.
Well, we hope those trials work, and good luck to that family. Wow.